travelling to Sydney today, just heading off there for the weekend, but before that, I want to have a look at the new Qantas Business Class Lounge that's just been refurbished. It's brand new, and it's just opened up here in Melbourne Airport. Have been redeveloping their lounges here in Melbourne Airport. They opened the economy or the standard Qantas Club lounge about 2 or 3 months ago, but they've only just opened up the business class lounge, which is where we are today. So this actually is where the original Qantas Club used to be. They've kind of swapped them around. So where Qantas Club used to be, if you remember, if you come up the stairs, turn left, and you've got all these big windows you can see down here where you look over the tarmac. This was the regular Qantas Club. They've swapped the whole thing round. So Qantas Club, you go to the right, and there's a new area over the right-hand side, which is all redesigned and developed. But now the business class section is here by the windows, and it's much bigger. It's pretty much everything they had in the juicer. It's nice. You're lost.
Fascinating thing.
A little bit delayed, only by about 10 minutes or so, but still a delay. Now, if ever you want to upgrade yourself with points on the leg between Melbourne and Sydney, here's a tip for you. Always look for the A330s rather than the Boeing 737s. There are about 2 or 3 each day of the trips between Melbourne and Sydney that they actually fly the Airbus rather than the Boeing 737. And the A330 normally has a lot more inventory in business class, and also it has the international configuration of the business class seat as opposed to the domestic configuration, which is still a nice comfortable seat, but it's basically just a sort of standard business class domestic seat. On the A330 you actually get the full suite. So the Qantas suite, which has got the fully reclinable seat, a lot more space, and the entertainment system that you normally get on the international flights too. So I generally look out for that. And also, if you buy a flexi fare as opposed to the Red E deal, then the upgrade, even on the A330, is only 5,000 Qantas frequent flyer points. If you get the standard Red E deal, then it's normally 10,000 frequent flyer points. So if you're travelling for work and you can book a flex fare, and you can get on the Airbus A330, that's the trifecta. Then it's just 5,000 points, upgrade yourself to business, and yeah, it's a lot more of a comfortable flight. But we're not doing that today. Normal economy today.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, not today. It's the start of school holidays now, which is fine. We were all young once, weren't we? And we've all travelled on planes at some points and shouted and kicked the back of people's seats. It's fine. It just brings a very different dynamic to the flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sydney. Time is 28 minutes past 10.
staying here at the Old Clare Hotel in Sydney. This is just in a place called Chippendale near Central Station. Used to be a really dodgy pub. If any of you have been out drinking in Sydney in the 90s and 2000s, you've probably been here, but it's all changed now. It's a very nice hotel instead. Just had a quick wash in the hotel, just getting ready to go out, spend a bit of time around Sydney this afternoon. This old hotel and this street, this kind of area with Spice Alley and all the restaurants down here, this is Kensington Street in Sydney. A couple of years ago, this didn't really exist. This was pretty derelict. This was pretty derelict. This was pretty derelict. None of this really existed down here before, but now there's this whole bunch of restaurants. There's a gin bar that you can go to if you like your gin. We're just in town for basically a day and a half, and we're going to be catching up with some family and friends whilst we're here. I'm also going to be seeing my nephews, who I haven't seen for ages, which I'm looking forward to. They're 2.5-year-old twin boys. So the only thing really you're going to do when you're in Sydney, you've got to go show them the dinosaurs, right?
Can you smile for Uncle Steph? Say cheese.
Oh, I think he wants to go home. We all want to go home, that's okay. Look at that sunset. This is an area called Central Park. About 10 years ago there was nothing here. It was just like warehouses and there was nothing else around here, but they've basically built all these apartment blocks around here now. They've got this big grass area. It's like evening time. This is probably an area of Sydney that you might not have wanted to wander around in the evenings normally, but nowadays it's just people here walking dogs, having barbecues, vlogging. Hey puppy.
Hello.